Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We are looking at a hot one today, 85 to 90, big night at Salt Shack Cedar Beach in Babylon. We're excited. Big dance floor, food, drink, huge beach. Come on, bring the family. Urban Rodeo will be out there a big Monday night, and the weather will cooperate, so we're excited for it. Now, before we get to a couple things, I have a new food combination for you. I have the most absurd excuse for being late. Can't wait to read you that article. And I even have more on my weekend, even though we discussed Sam Hunt from Friday. I have a couple of things for you on Saturday. I do want to discuss something you mentioned off the air, and I want the audience to know that I asked your permission to bring this up. I'm not doing it out of nowhere. But you said, Phathead, you are approaching 50. You're a couple of weeks away from being 50 years old, and you may not be experiencing this yet, but I experience creping. And I
skin, yes.
never heard the word creping.
A little bit of creping on my arms, yes, and I don't like it. Your sisters will know what I'm talking about. Every woman knows what it is, okay? Men might not know. Not at 50. At 50, my skin looked great, fabulous, no trouble at all. Now in my 60s, I gotta tell you, getting a little crepey, and it's freaking me out. I have so many products that I smear on myself every day to prevent creping. So I'm sure there are women in our audience that also suffer from this and are using everything under the sun. Please send an email so I know I'm not the only crazy person.
Now, that's fine. Yes, please email us. But my question is, the word creping, is it like crepe, like the food, crepe?
You look it up. I can't explain it. It's not like the food crepe. It's when your skin it's creping. Look it up. I don't know how to describe it. It's not happening to you yet. You got another 10 years.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Should I?
Yeah.
So should I Google skin creping?
Yes. Yes. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. Skin crepe.
Right.
Right,
CREPE.
Oh,
right.
There's a lot of cream and it's not cheap. Oh my God. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not.
Oh.
And I have more than one.
All scams, all of it.
I'm going to smear to my heart's content. And I'm telling you, so I said, I think I see a little improvement.
All right. So here's the actual definition. You spell it C-R-E-P-E, like
right.
crepe, right? Okay. Crepey skin is very thin, fragile skin that has a crinkly, papery appearance. Thin, crepe-like skin is not the same as wrinkled skin.
No.
Crepey skin can occur anywhere on the body, but it's common in areas that are frequently exposed to the sun, like the face, arms, and legs. Elastin gives skin its bouncy, stretchy feel. Do you have a bouncy, stretchy feel, Cande?
Yes, some parts of my body.
Oh, my. Wow. Sorry. I am sorry. I am.
Oh. Yeah, getting old is not great.
No.
It's better than the alternative, but yeah, you gotta deal with things. You're like, what is happening here?
Yeah, you're doing wonderful, though. I'm proud of you.
I am smearing until forever, okay?
Keep smearing. Keep smearing the stuff.
It's so funny. And I do think it's working, and I don't want to hear otherwise.
No, you're doing fine. You're great. You're swell. The whole thing.
If you ever see me in a sleeveless anything, you'll know it's working.
If I ever see you, period, I'll know.
Exactly. Then too.
Right. Cande, some more on my weekend. We discussed earlier in the show my night at Sam Hunt with Elijah, me and my buddy. We went. And that will be available at licountry.com to hear back if you missed it later on, about noon or so. But there was more to the weekend. So, yes, yesterday was a washout. I think I went out later in the day to get us some food. But Saturday, so we watched the women's. Oh, we got to get to the men's Wimbledon final in a second.
Oh, I didn't see any of the tennis. I did
Okay.
watch Bear though, so we have to talk about that.
All right. Oh, good. Okay, we'll get to that here in a second. So Saturday we watched the women's final in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, I was hungry. Elijah and Dana, and my father-in-law wasn't home. Elijah and Dana had eaten.
Well, where was your
I
father-in-law?
know, he was out. He was running errands, whatever he was doing.
Hmm.
So, um, Elijah and Dana ate. So I grabbed the girls. I said, you know what? I want to get out of the house. Let's go get some food. And we decided to drive to Southampton to just a small little burger joint. It's got burgers and wings and things like that. So we got some wings. Me and Abby shared some wings. Leah had a burger. Okay, that's not the most important part of the story, but we were having a good time. And then they wanted Dunkin' Donuts. So we go to a Dunkin' Donuts down the road, and it was kind of old, and in the parking lot, there was a garbage can turned over, and there were seagulls, and it looked kind of disgusting. So we searched for another Dunkin' Donuts, and this is the best. We end up in Bridgehampton
Look
at
at you.
the Bridgehampton Commons, and we go into Dunkin' Donuts, and it looks like there's one worker. There's no one in there. It's not that we're getting donuts, but there's hardly any donuts on the shelf.
Oh,
Leah wants a frozen coffee, and I said, "Yeah, can we get a medium frozen coffee?" Sorry, our frozen machine is not
oh, that's
working.
it.
I said, "Okay, is there any other coffee place nearby?" She said, "Well, the closest thing about a mile down the road is Starbucks." Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You're Dunkin' Donuts. You're giving me a tip. Thank you. So we go down the road. We go to Starbucks in Bridgehampton. We had beautiful. We had nice. We got our coffees, whatever we got. And then Leah says, "Can we go look at some houses?" You know how
Why, yes, we can.
we like to drive around and look at the
I
fancy
love
houses.
that.
So I said, Jimmy Fallon, when I saw remember the story? I saw Jimmy Fallon, right?
Oh, not. Are you stalking him now?
No, I'm not. But I said, his house is in this area, and they happen to know who Jimmy Fallon is. I'm like, oh, let's go. So we Google the address. And by the way, this is all public knowledge. You could Google any celebrity living
You
in the
can.
Hamptons.
It's very scary.
Yeah, and their addresses pop up. So, and we're not doing anything. We're just driving past to see the house, right? That's all we're doing. So, and I'm sure we're not the only ones. So we go, and he's got a gorgeous block in the Hamptons, and his house is very common. Like, you could drive past it and not think much of it. It's a beautiful farmhouse. It's gorgeous, but it doesn't look like this modern marvel that you think, it might be. So we pass by. They go, oh, that's nice. And we keep going down the road, and we saw some estates like, I have Leah go on Zillow. When we pass by a house we like, she goes on Zillow to see
Right, of
the
course.
price. Right next to Jimmy Fallon's house is a $36 million home. It's just out of, I couldn't even describe it to you. Absurd. Then we're driving around, and we literally drove around till dark, and we saw some new houses we had never seen, and then we went home. We had a nice evening, me and my two girls. It was
I
wonderful.
love it.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Like it.
That's our pastime. Go see the Hamptons mansions and see what's going on. So it was really nothing. I don't know if you were waiting for some crazy story. I didn't see Jimmy Fallon. I didn't see
He
any
wasn't on the
celebrities.
porch waving.
He was not waving this time to me like he was last time. That messed with my head a little bit as I drove past his house. He was on his porch outside his bedroom, smiling and waving, and I don't even, did I wave back? I don't even know. I was like, oh, there's Jimmy.
He was
Fallon.
screaming your name.
Yeah, right. He was screaming.
Fathead! Fathead! I knew you'd drive by sooner or later.
Yeah, that's how we spent our
Nice.
Saturday. By the way, yeah. And then yesterday, 9 a.m., my father-in-law and I turn on the Wimbledon men's final. And I watched every single point of that match. I almost said Leah because she's part of the story. Cande, the match lasted 4 hours and 40 minutes. I watched every single point. I got Leah out of bed. She watched the 5th set. I said, Leah, you got to come downstairs. Set 5, you got to. So she watched the whole 5th set. Carlos Alcaraz, the 20-year-old kid, knocked off Djokovic in the final.
20.
It was remarkable. It was,
Wow.
It was a classic. What a match yesterday for any tennis fans out there. Hope you got to see it because an amazing experience watching that yesterday. And we have a new superstar in tennis, Cande. It's official.
And he's 20, and Leah is 15. See where I'm going here?
I don't. Why don't you explain? I don't know what you're saying.
Maybe they need to meet. Have a
Oh,
lifetime love.
Yeah, maybe when she's 20. How about that? Not when she's 15.
He'll be 25. He could be a huge star. Get him while he's young.
He's already a huge star. Yes, it might be a little tough at this point, but I'll strive for that to introduce my daughter to a famous person so they can whisk her away at 15. Thank you for ruining a perfectly innocent story.
Oh man, it's going to be a long year with Leah. Soon she'll be driving. Oh, this is great. This is better than TV.
Time to go. Less than 20 minutes to your Bald and the Beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Got a beautiful day. Hot, humid, 85 to 90. Big night at Salt Shack tonight, Cedar Beach in Babylon. Come on down, 7 o'clock. We start with the food, the drink, the dancing. Huge beach. Bring the family. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.